There's a certain amount of stability. It feels like the rest of the world is like a tornado and you're sitting in the eye of the storm, right? So in the Eastern religious traditions, in the contemplative traditions, they talk about a systematic way to find this, right? So we'll talk about things like Shunya meditation in Dr. K's guide to meditation. We talk about some of this stuff over on the membership side, some of these weird, esoteric, more advanced techniques. But there are certain ways to potentially find that connection, connect to the divinity within. And once you connect to that divinity within, the empathic circuits of the people around you get really confused because you don't respond, because you've seen, you've experienced and lived through the hardest form of isolation, abandonment, loneliness, etc. And so you're still alive on the other side. Life threw at you the worst possible things it knew how to throw, and you survived it, which means you have a stability. And that stability comes because the only way you can survive it is by connecting to the divine. And when you connect to the divine, other people pick up on it. And this is how cults are born. So there are some human beings on the planet who have this connection, but don't have ethical training, don't come up in a religious tradition, have egos that have not been worked on. You don't have to work on your ego to have this kind of divine connection. And when that happens, this is where cult leaders are born, because human beings, they have true aura. So other human beings will gravitate towards them because they can detect in this person, holy shit, this person has a stability that I long for. I'm lonely. I'm hopeless. I feel sad. There's a deep, deep, deep hurt deep inside me. And this person seems to have healed it. Let me gravitate towards them. They're drawn like moths to a flame to this person who has aura. The problem is that this person, just because they have the connection to the divine, and this is where I try to get scientific, for lack of a better term, I try to understand the quantifiable, phenomenological elements of this, right? Can you have a connection to the divine while still having an ego out of problem that still exists? Can you have a connection to the divine? Does that fix the deep hurt? It doesn't. The neurological stuff is up here. The psychiatric stuff is up here. The divine stuff is down below. And that's why if you have a mental illness, we can fix it by working on the stuff up here with CBT and medications and things like that. That doesn't give you the connection to the divine. Both of these things can exist in parallel. And since they're egotistical, they fall into the traps of cults.